The last time the Chicks Ahoy and the Smoke City Betties met, it turned into a 224-point rout for the Chicks. A lot has changed this September, and I don't think we're going to see the same thing. Derby Nerd here with Monochrome for ToRD TV. And despite the changes that the Betties have gone through, I still think that the Chicks Ahoy are probably the favorites tonight. What do you think would be a key to a Chicks victory?
Well, I mean, they still have their hard hitters, and they still have that experience that we're used to seeing from the Chicks. They did lose a couple players, so I think it really could be anybody's game.
Right. I think another key for the Chicks will be a discipline. They had a little bit of problem with the with penalty troubles last year, and that'll be another key to cleaning things up.
Of course.
Miss Kitty LePeur is on the job today, and she was interviewing some of the Chicks Ahoy earlier.
Season 5, Toronto Roller Derby and the Chicks Ahoy. Tell us a little bit about how you guys are looking forward to this season.
We are very excited. I don't know if ToRD TV has heard, but we have 6 new players on our team. We had a few retirees last year, and it has re-energized our team so much. It's unbelievable. It's like a breath of fresh air, a lot of restructuring, a lot of motivating, kind of just all that fresh meat coming in has renewed everybody's energy. We have a bunch of mama hens on our team now. Everybody's working together to bring the new girls in and get them up to speed on the game.
So they've been skating with you guys for a while now. I believe draft was back in January.
Yes.
So they've been with you for a while now. Are they picking it up really quickly? The Chicks Ahoy sort of, training mentality.
We changed our training up. Our captain's changed this year. I've taken on a lot of the training, and we are working with repetition a lot, which is good. We are working on a lot of strategies. The girls have the basic skills, which is awesome. And they seem to be taking to it really well. It's picking it up because it's a clean palette. No one has any bad habits as me, myself, that I have, and I have to retrain myself. It's so easy to work with them. They're moldable with great personalities.
So of yourself personally, have you set some goals for this season?
Yeah, I actually jammed a few times in the Slaughter Daughters game. I'm not planning on making it a regular habit, but we did lose some key jammers last year, so with short training period from the draft to that first game, we had to draw on some of our senior players to step up. I don't know if I've set that as a goal for myself. I'm really working on strategy and keeping everybody motivated and positive and focusing on what it takes to win as opposed to just the win.
Yeah. Awesome. So we can look forward to seeing some new jammers then on the track. Who can we expect to look out for?
Well, one of our star ones that I see as being a future star is Cookie Dough. And if I may, will you come over here, Cookie Dough, please?
Join us, Cookie Dough!
She willingly went into jamming for the Slaughter Daughters and did so amazing. Everybody's jaw just dropped, and we're so proud of her. So, ToRD TV, this is Cookie Dough, one of the newest members to Chicks Ahoy.
All right. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the upcoming game against the Smoke City Betties. Do you think you'll be jamming a lot more with regards to that game, and how do you think that's going to be? How do you think that's going to play out?
It's hard to say. There's so many great players on the Chicks. There's so many Chicks that could potentially be jammers. So even in practices now, we're trying so many different Chicks because there's so many strong players. So it's really hard to say. Personally, I hope I get to jam on a few of the jams, but I'm also working on becoming a better blocker as well. So wherever my team needs me is what I want to do.
Exactly. I know myself, when I was first drafted, you always look to someone for guidance in terms of helping you out. Have you been able to find a sort of mentor figure on your new team to sort of help you through learning, which position you want to excel at?
That's such a tough question because for me, there's so many players on my team that I really admire and that I think are amazing. Like Dinah is fantastic. I look to her, absolutely. Rebel as well. Boosh, Tara. There's so many players that have different strengths in different areas or in different plays that I couldn't even pick one. They're just fantastic. They're all fantastic.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very
much. Best of luck against the Smoke City Betties. Look forward to seeing you on the track.
Thank you.
Last year, the Smoke City Betties started with 4 big losses in a row, giving up 200 points in each bout. And then something seemed to change in the semifinals when they put up a spirited effort against the Gorgoa Roller Girls. Now, so far this year in the preseason, the Smoke City Betties have pulled off a big victory over Rideau Valley's Riot Squad. What do you think the keys to this Betties improvement has been?
Well, I think a lot of it is that all of the skaters from last season have returned. So you've got that continuity, those skaters that are used to, who started off as rookies who are now going into their second season. So that's definitely going to help them out. But they've also brought on a new coaching staff. Like it just, as a player who's coming into practice, as they're leaving practice, you're seeing a much different team in the practice.
Now, the Smoke City Betties got off to a tough start in 2010. They lost their first 4 bouts by considerable scores, giving up 200 points in each. But then something seemed to click in the semifinals against the Gorgoa Roller Girls, and they put up a pretty good fight. Now, they've kicked off this year's preseason with a big victory over Rideau Valley's Riot Squad. What do you think the key to the development and growth of the Betties has been?
Well, I think their improvement is twofold. First of all, a lot of the key skaters from last season are coming back for a lot of them their second season. So you've got some continuity and some teamwork that's already been sort of growing and fostering in the end of last season. But on top of that, they've brought on all these coaches out of nowhere. And one of them is a former weightlifting or probably continuing weightlifting coach and is really pulling a lot out of these girls. So it could be anybody's game tonight.
Yeah, and that is the key, the continuity. I think for the first time ever, we're talking about gains for the Betties instead of losses. They picked up some key vets in the draft. Miss Kitty PEUR was talking to some of the Smoke City Betties earlier.
Hello there, ToRD TV fans. We have a little bit of a switcheroo here. We've got Misery May from the Smoke City Betties. How are you doing, Misery May?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, you were drafted to the Smoke City Betties. Tell us a little bit about your journey coming from the farm team and onto the Smoke City Betties.
It's been really amazing, actually, going from being fresh meat right onto the Divas and then being the captain of the Divas and not only learning about the sport but learning about how ToRD functions as a league was really overwhelming, but it was amazing. I had such great support, and then getting drafted to the Betties has been really awesome as well. They're so welcoming, and the practices are really, really hard, and we have awesome coaches who are so dedicated to our performance this year that it's just really exciting.
Yeah. How are you finding the transformation from training as a diva, now training onto a team? Is there a different level or a different dynamic?
There's a total different dynamic because when you're training as a diva, you're rotating through all of the teams. So you're kind of getting a taste of what each team likes, what their strategies are. So it was a great learning opportunity, but now we're only getting one focused training. So we're really melding as a team and gelding together. So it's got a lot more focus to it, definitely.
Awesome. There's a bunch of new skaters on the Smoke City Betties as well. You've got a couple of your teammates with you. Going up against the Chicks Ahoy, what is your concern or what is top of mind for you going into this first game for you guys for this season?
Personally, for me, mine is not getting trapped. Being a rookie, I know they're going to be gunning for me, trying to trap me back. So I've been really focusing on agility and how I'm going to get myself out of that, or even keeping myself at the front of the pack. As a team, really our focus is going to be strong control. We want to have control of that pack the whole time. Once you got control of that pack, then the rest of the game is yours. So just staying together as a unit and playing the best derby that we can.
Absolutely, and as everybody knows, the Chicks are a very good pack skating team, and they're a bunch of heavy hitters, but they do have some new skaters on the team, so it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic changes. For yourself, do you have any special good luck things or rituals that you do before the games?
I actually don't talk about being nervous. I like to bottle it up all inside because then if I talk about it, I'm just going to bring it on the track. So if I bottle it up all inside and I just wait for that whistle, and as soon as the whistle goes, I just let it all out right then and there. So that's what I do.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Misery May, and we look forward to seeing you on the track versus the Chicks Ahoy.
Thank you.
2011 is somewhat of an unknown for the Chicks Ahoy, bringing 6 new faces to the lineup. What do you think about the Betties for 2011?
I'd like to see them win some games, not against the Dolls maybe, but definitely I want to see Bruceberry stay out of the box and everyone else just smoke some roller girls.
Nice. March 12th, season opener for the Chicks Ahoys and the Smoke City Betties. Doors at 6:30, bout at 7:30.